How are we doing, people? Welcome, welcome. I apologize for my voice. It's quite deep today, because 2 nights ago I got the privilege to go to a theme park with my workmates. It was like a early access kind of thing, like influencer night thing, I guess, that we got to experience, which was really fun. And it was a lot of whooping and a lot of yelling, and my voice has taken a hit. I was also doing about 2 hours of voiceover work throughout the day, and then we went to Thorpe Park at the end of the day for the Fright Night. So I do apologize for my voice. It's going to be a little deeper today, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, welcome everyone, welcome to the live stream. If you're watching this after the stream, welcome. I am streaming a little earlier today, strictly because I have a screening for We Few Survivors later on today, which is very exciting. It's with a handful of the cast and crew are going to be coming along to this screening. It's at a film festival called London International Film Festival. It was voted one of the top 100 film festivals in the country, and it's looking to be a really special night. I am very much looking forward to it. I'm very excited. So yeah, we've got that coming up, and so you might have seen me posting about that. So that is why we are streaming earlier today, because I want to get some stuff done today. Hey mate, how you doing? You looking forward to this? Awesome. I'm glad. Yeah, I'm excited to get into this today. We're going to be doing some more work with motion capture. We're also going to be doing some more hand animation for the camera. And yeah, well, basically what I'm hoping that we can get done today is hopefully the remaining shots, and so that all I have to do is a little bit of tweaking, a little bit of refining throughout the week, render it out, do the sound design, and then next Saturday we can post this short film for you guys to enjoy, and then we move on to the next one. So that is currently what the plan is looking like for this. I think it's going to be a fun time. One last thing I want to say before we get into this is, if you do not follow me on Instagram, I highly recommend that you do today, because there is a big announcement. You might have seen me in some of the yo. Hell yeah, man. Welcome. It's good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you for taking the time to be part of the live stream. Hell yeah. But what you might have seen me doing recently with some of the live streams is talking about this big project that is going on in the background. I haven't said the name, and I haven't really specified what it is. I did post a little teaser poster a couple weeks ago on my Instagram, and today is the day when we post the official announcement of what that big project is, because I'm working on these mini short films for you guys that hopefully takes me roughly a month per one, so that you guys continuously get fun content to enjoy. But then I also have the bigger projects that are working in the background with teams of people. So if you do not follow me on Instagram, I recommend that you do today, so that you do not miss that announcement. I think it's going to be pretty exciting for everyone to see. It's just Samster _VFX, and that's me on everything, so it should be relatively easy to find me. But yeah, that was the last thing I wanted to say. So without further ado, let us get right into this. So today we are working on the last 2 shots of this piece. So this was one of the shots that we worked on last time, where the character is running, turns around, sees the guy coming after us, and then turns around and whips back. So essentially, this next sequence is going to start here on this whip, and it will then continue as they run. Obviously, we haven't animated that yet, but essentially what we are going to do today is we are going to animate this camera running forward, knocking down this door, not like actually knocking it down, but like knocking it open, running in here. This light won't be on, but I've just turned it on so that you guys can actually understand what's going on. We run into here. Our character is then going to quickly run under here and hide. The crazy guy is then going to come through the door, come in, not be able to see us. Again, very similar to the game. Again, this is meant to feel like a game cinematic because it's Outlast, right? I'm not trying to trick people into thinking this is real. It's meant to feel like a cinematic animation from a video game. But the guy's going to run in, look around, not be able to see us, kind of be frustrated, and then leave. When he leaves, he's then going to get up, kind of trickle forward. He's going to look this way. He won't be there. He will look down, not see anything, look to his left. Exit. Okay, here we go. Goes to the exit. Exit doesn't open. Exit is not exiting. Oh no, what's going on? And then the lights will go out. The night vision will come back on. We'll slowly turn around as he hears breathing. And then we hear rapid footsteps of someone running. Do, 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 do. And the guy is coming right at us. And that is where it will end. And yeah, that's pretty much what we are going to be doing today. Yeah, I mean, there's not really much else to it. So, first off, something that is been bothering me is the aspect ratio. So right now it's basically 1920 by 1080. Did this crazy guy end up with a name after last week? Someone did suggest a name. Someone did suggest one, and I've forgotten it. I'm really sorry. It's been a pretty crazy week. So, he does not have a locked-in name. I think someone suggested a name, but we only got one suggestion, and so he hasn't got a name just yet. But we can certainly brainstorm on it through this live stream. Absolutely. But yeah, so one of my issues right now is this aspect ratio. So right now it is a 16 by 9 aspect ratio, which is typical, right? But I wanted to have a bit more of that VHS tape recording feel, which is going to be a little different. So our width is going to change. So I am thinking something more like this. I think this is a little better, and it has a bit more of that boxed VHS feel. Let's see how that affects the other shots. Alright. Yeah, it definitely has a bit more of a VHS feel to it. You know what I mean? Just has a bit more of that box-like. I might even go even further. I kind of like that. I don't know about you, but I kind of like the idea of it having that old school VHS feel to it. Because, like, I don't know, like a weird nostalgia. Like when I was a kid. Like if we ever want to like look back on footage of us as kids, this is like me and my brothers and my parents when I was really young. This is typically what it was. It wasn't like an iPhone where it's that landscape. It was this square aspect ratio, which I think is a little more fitting for the feel, and especially once I put the overlay in the edit, I think it will look quite cool. Yeah, I'm kind of happy with this. I do prefer this. Looks pretty cool. Let's check this shot, see if this looks all right. Hey, mate. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome, everyone. Everyone that's coming in, welcome. It's great to see you guys here, seeing everyone slowly pop in. Welcome to the stream. All right. Yeah, I like how it looks. I like the box. It also feels a little claustrophobic, like your peripherals are not as wide, and so there's more a dead space for something to sneak up on you, which I kind of like. I think it makes it a little more creepy. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Okay. Any advice for a beginner who is starting a career in animation? Don't give up. Just be consistent. Focus on consistency. Really go for it. Constantly be pushing yourself, but don't push yourself so much that you're not able to complete the project. So keep the project a realistic scale, that you can get it done, while still experimenting with things that you might not be entirely comfortable with, so that you are always learning new things. Really immerse yourself in YouTube. There are a lot of YouTube tutorials out there, free tutorials that are really good, that will teach you so much about animation. I am not really a big believer in creating courses, honestly. I feel like courses are almost like the podcast of the VFX world on YouTube. Like, everyone's got a course, just as like everyone's got a podcast. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? There's some people out there that are really, really talented, and I think them creating a course is very beneficial. But there is so much content out there that is free on YouTube. I would really just recommend, don't buy a course yet. Just consume tutorials on YouTube and experiment with different styles, different workflows. And there is so much stuff. Yeah, exactly. Learning Unreal Engine through YouTube. But yeah, just watched We Few Survivors. And it's amazing. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's the reason why I'm live streaming a little earlier today. I actually have a screening of We Few Survivors later today. I'm going to a cinema at a film festival in London, central London, to go to a screening with some of the cast and crew. It's pretty exciting. So I'm going to try and do my best to take some photos and film and do this YouTubering thing and post about it on my Instagram. And so you know, yeah, should be fun. That's why I'm doing this earlier today. But no, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad you enjoyed it. But yeah, I would just really recommend just be consistent, and also consistently push yourself. Don't get comfortable. And there are so many tutorials out there for free on YouTube that will do that for you. My experience with animation all comes from watching YouTube tutorials. I did uni, but I really didn't learn a lot about animation. That was more 3D modeling, texturing, lighting. The animation element of what I know, I learned through trial and error of just trying to do projects and failing at doing projects, and then figuring out why I failed and getting better, and then also consuming tons of tutorials on YouTube. So I would recommend that as a great way to get into it, for sure. Exactly, just gotta dive in, Oh, thank you, mate. I'm glad that these live streams are useful for you. Yeah, no, that's awesome. I'm glad that you guys are enjoying these streams and that they are useful in some regard. All right. So we now have this new aspect ratio. We have our cameras. They all look good. I'm pretty happy with this. So let us create part 5. Part 5 is we're gonna start about here. So we're gonna shift this whole thing over. It will inevitably be the longest sequence, so we don't need, like, this will become longer. Absolutely. Let's not worry about the camera yet. Let's look at our asylum patient. So for the asylum patient, we're actually going to get rid of his animation. We don't need it because we've got a new animation. So let's find where am I storing mocap? Here we go. Nice, awesome. Okay, let's just call this all right, so we're going to bring in some mocap. This is mocap that I recorded earlier this week of our character running in to the room, not seeing where our character is hiding, gets a bit frustrated, and then he leaves the room. So I can show this to you. And this is pretty cool. And this is particularly cool because I want to... It's particularly cool because of how I did this. And I think you guys will find this quite interesting, how I recorded this mocap. So I'm going to let it play first, and then I'm going to tell you guys how I recorded this mocap, because it was an experiment. So our character comes in, looks around, sees that there's no one. Damn it, I can't find him. Let me leave, and then he leaves. Right? So that's our mocap. See my little weird waddle that I'm doing. Very professional. This mocap was done using a software called Meshcapade. It is the best video to mocap software that I have ever come across. It beats, like, and I don't mean this as disrespect, I've done a side-by-side. It blows everything else out of the water when it comes to single cam mocap. I fed it a single video of me up against a wall doing this exact movement, and this is what I got. And notice something. It picked up on my hand holding something. This video to mocap model picks up finger mocap. Now, a lot of you, if you've ever played around with video to mocap, a lot of them can't do fingers, which has been a huge hindrance, right? You can get pretty good body mocap, but the fingers are always like this, or this, or this, and it does a really bad job. This one is crazy. Like, this is all of this, all these little movements you're seeing with my fingers and holding it, and my hand going like this a few times. All of that movement that you're seeing is from a single video. It's from an iPhone on a tripod. Like, crazy. And it's from this software called Meshcapade. I am not sponsored by them, by the way. This is not a sponsored segment. I learned about this and I was like, I need to play around with this. And it is incredible. There is a free version that allows you to upload up to 10 seconds of footage. I would recommend experimenting with it. It's pretty fun. The only limit is it's not very good for character moments. So, for example, I wouldn't have been able to use this for We Few Survivors, for example. It's not good enough for a character piece like that. But for this, it does the job. It's pretty exciting. And especially if you have a mocap suit that perhaps doesn't fit your actor, this is very useful. And yeah, so I would recommend checking it out. I most certainly am going to continue using it for background characters. I think it's pretty cool. But when it comes to main characters and characters that are doing more complex things, I would still recommend using a mocap suit. For example, Rococo, their suits are great. Or XN's is also awesome. And then obviously there's the really expensive ones out there that, you know, only the studios can get access to. But as an indie creator, Rococo is still your best bet if you're wanting to do character-driven stuff. However, for background characters, this is awesome. So I really recommend checking them out. To answer your question about how do you like the new Rococo Locomotion update? I haven't tried it out yet because I haven't had time, but it does look very cool. And it's quite exciting because that has been probably one of my biggest criticisms of Rococo's stuff, is that, like, walking and running, there's always like this weird like bop up and down, and it was always so frustrating because everything else would be so good, and then you just do like a walking cycle and the character just looks like they were trying to not like poop their pants or something. It was like a weird artifacting going on. So it's very exciting to see that they seem to have fixed that. So I've definitely got some projects in the pipeline that I think it would be very exciting to use that new locomotion and experiment with it and let you guys know what I think. So yeah, I will be playing around with it. Yeah, exactly. It looks very promising. So no, I think it looks pretty exciting. So we have our mocap now, which is pretty awesome. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this retargeting again, where we right click our mocap, retarget animation. I'm going to bring that over here. I need to find my metahuman. Let's find the body. There it is. Nice. Let's see. Look at that. Pretty awesome. Now, the reason why there is very little of our metahuman showing is because the rest of it is taken over by the clothing, and so it's masked those parts of the body out, and then when I assembled my metahuman, those parts of the body have now been deleted for the sake of performance, and also to prevent skin from clipping through clothing. But yeah, so that's our mocap retargeted. It just auto retargets it, and it's honestly, Unreal Engine's retargeter is the best. It's so good. It's so good. All right, we got our mocap. So that's mocap, Meshcapade, export, and there we go. Amazing. Let's come out of this. Let's find our guy right here. And we are going to add our running in animation. Look at that. It works. Pretty cool. Perfect. All right. So let's find the last frame of this. It's about there. Okay. go about there. That's good. All right, we're going to bake this. So what we do now is, now that we have the whole thing inside of our sequencer and we've set our range to the correct range, we right click on body, bake to control rig. We're going to uncheck filter asset by skeleton. If you are in 5.6 for some reason, MetaHuman control rig doesn't pop up. It's annoying. They need to fix that. Filter asset by skeleton. You need to turn this off. And then it shows you all these rigs. Ignore them all. You want the MetaHuman control rig right here. This is what it looks like. So we click on that. And we're going to hit create. Awesome. All right. Now our animation is baked onto the rig, which means that if we need to tweak anything, we can. For now, though, we don't. We do not need to do anything. So let's figure out. Let's move this guy over here. I'm just going to position him, but like we're not going to worry about him too much because let's see. Let's bring this closer to about here. There we go. So how far does he come in? Let's see. Nice. Nice. Cool. We're gonna bring him up a little bit. His feet are clipping through the ground, which is not great. So let's fix that. Yeah, it's pretty impressive. I mean, the foot contacts are not perfect, but again, for single cam, for the fact this was only a singular camera, it's pretty impressive. All right. And the knife is in the wrong hand. Just realized it is in the wrong hand. Wonderful. So, attach. When I performed, I acted as if the knife was in my right hand, which was a mistake. I should have made sure for the consistency, but oh well. Let's see if anyone notices that the knife swaps hands. All right. All right. Okay. Is that still clipping through? It is. Okay, we need to. I need another light, man. I can't see his damn hands. I wish there was like a clay mode where it just had flat lighting everywhere. Like, is there? There isn't, is there? I wish there was. I have unlit, but the problem with unlit is that then this just becomes... That's not what I want. And lighting only isn't useful because that's just... It only is the lighting. I wish there was a version where I could just have flat lighting. Like in Blender. It would make it a lot easier. Can't. There we go. These lights won't be visible when we actually do this. They're just there for convenience right now, whilst I figure things out. Okay. Who knew I'd be spending so much time trying to fix the positioning of a knife, eh? Okay. This is getting stupid now. Come on, Sam. Let's move on. We're going too slow. Alright. No way. Right. I just loosen the grip a little bit. Loosen that grip just a little. Nice. Okay. Cool. Now, actually, I almost feel like I'm gonna make him come forward a bit more. He feels like he doesn't. Yeah, it feels almost like he's not moving across fast enough. That looks better. Better. It's a bit of foot sliding. So that's one of the issues because this is single cam mocap, so there is a little bit of foot sliding. Alright. Nice. That's good. I'm just trying to figure out the angle here. It'll be something like this. He's not. I think I'm gonna move this. I think this is too far away. I don't. Yeah, it is. It's too far away. It needs to be here, which I don't know. It might not make sense, but it's just too far away. Too much distance. Like the camera basically has to run and then go around, and it's just like it's too much running and going around. It's like by the time he gets here, this, like, realistically this guy's gonna already be in the room. So let's do a little house makeover. So we're gonna move some of this stuff. All right. Select as much of this as we can. Let's do a little makeover. Shift this over here. Nice. Yep, that looks better. But like maybe there, maybe these can go like this. If you didn't have a suit, could you still make the short with animations from Mixamo? Yeah, I think you could. The only animation, so all these animations are from Mixamo. The only one that isn't from Mixamo is this animation, but this is using that single cam video to mocap tool. And there is a free version which allows you to upload up to 10 seconds of footage, so you could always give that a go. You could also try out Rococo's video to mocap tool that they have. You could also try out Move AI's video to mocap tool. There's quite a few out there. There's quite a few video to mocap tools out there, and before I had the suits, I used them all the time, and then once I got the suits, I mainly use the suits now. But if I don't have time to get in the suit, or maybe I have an actor who just won't fit in the suit, I will then use a video to mocap tool. And this, for being a single cam, is quite useful because it means all that you have to do is prop up your iPhone or your Samsung or whatever and just film yourself doing it. But yeah, there's a lot of ones out there, so you can definitely experiment, that's for sure. But yeah, this is absolutely something you could do without the suits, which is kind of the intention. So I want people to feel like it's possible, and that it's not like, oh, well, I have to own a bloody suit in order to do this. And it's like, no, that's not the case. You don't need to have a mocap suit. There's a lot of great video to mocap tools out there, like the ones I listed, that can get the job done. And then you can just clean up the mocap and make it look a little nicer. Okay. This is better. I'm liking this. Can add a little more set dressing. Add a little more set dressing. What's going on? There we go. This place doesn't feel run down. So, I know, let's put a toilet in the middle of the room. That'll do it. Yeah, creepy wheelchair. No offense to people in wheelchairs. In this game, wheelchairs were quite creepy because they often had like some crazy guy sitting in it that would lunge at you. I've made my first short with Mixamo. Even the one I'm working on now has a lot of Mixamo animations for background characters. Yeah, exactly. Mixamo's great. There's a lot of great stuff with Mixamo, but obviously, you know, it's a lot of the Mixamo animation is very generic movements, which isn't always what you want. You might want you might want stuff that is very specific to the context of your scene. And so for those type of stuff, I would recommend using stuff like Rococo Vision, Meshcapade, Move AI. There's a lot of ones out there. Obviously, you guys can do your own research and figure out what works best for you, but that is always an option if a suit such as Rococo or XNs is outside of your budget. Okay, let's add... what are we going to add? What are we going to add? I want some, like, trash. Is there not, like... There we go. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. I was like, this floor's not dirty enough, man. I need some more shite on the ground. There we go. Let's see. Anything else? Smashed mirror. That wouldn't... it wouldn't make sense. Okay. Alright. Yeah, this is looking a little better now. It does. Yeah. Animating does require a lot of time. But it is absolutely worth it if you take the time to polish it. Because these are mini short films, I'm not particularly spending too much time. So there's definitely things in these animations that you'll see that could be better. But that is kind of the point. I'm trying to, like, what's the best I can do in like a month, you know, or less than a month, all by myself, just live streaming every Saturday. What's the best kind of stuff that I can make? And that's kind of what these mini projects are about, is experimentation and exploration of different concepts and workflows and different things like that. Whilst in the background, I work on larger projects. In. Let's open this just to see what that would look like, because at this point the door would be open. This is not what the light... It will be black. It will be pitch dark in here, but I'm just curious what this would look like. So he comes in. Let me just double check that the facial animation lasts the whole thing. It does. Amazing. So he comes in, looks around, kind of goes here. See anyone? He's like, damn it, there's no one here. And then he leaves. Nice. Looks pretty good. He does clip. I caught that. That's not supposed to happen. let's quickly clean that up so that we don't have to deal with that later, because that would be a little weird. If someone was chasing you and they started clipping through walls, I certainly would panic. Where are you from? I am from India. So I am from England. Yeah, I live in London currently. That is where I am for now. Why is this being... Oh no, I messed up. Okay, I forgot to add a keyframe in here. And then here... Why the hell does his arm bend that way? That's so weird. There we go. What is that? Is that you guys see that? What is that? Is that the light? No, it's not the light causing that. What the hell? I wonder what's causing that. Is there a decal? Oh, there is. Oh, I understand. Okay, I need to fix this. Sorry. I realized that. So with right. Hey, mate. Rail Rush. How you doing, mate? You came to the UK? Amazing. It's good to see you again, mate. Why can't I... I'm sorry. I'm trying to click on you right now. Does it not let me do that? I'm still learning live streaming, guys. I apologize. No, but I do remember you, mate. Of course, I do remember you. I was just going to try and click on your thing and see your image a little closer. But it's not letting me do that. So I guess that's not what this does. Still figuring it out. But welcome to the live stream. Glad you could take the time to hang out with us. So with this, guys, we don't want decals to affect our character. Because what it ends up doing is whenever a character walks through, let's say you have like some stains on the ground using decals, if your character walks through them, all of a sudden they're going to get projected on your character, which we don't want, because that's not what really happens. So what you have to do is you have to independently go to these parts and turn off receive decals. So you go from body. It's a train image. Ah, okay. Yeah, I couldn't because the images are so small here on my screen, and so I struggle sometimes to see what they look like. So I was curious. Nice, mate. But yeah, so select everything. I can turn on receive decal, turn off. Now I personally prefer it with them off, which is great. He just looks absolutely deranged, which is what we love to see. Let's get our lighting. That is horrendous. That's horrible. How horrible is that? Oh, let's see what that looks like down here. Oh, that is menacing. That's pretty menacing. Like it. I do like it. Green hue. Yeah, let's make it a little. No, I like it being a bit more subtle, because we're going to be in night vision at this point. Is it easy to add a 2D photo to a 3D photo frame like the one above the door? Like this one. yeah, it's relatively easy. So the way I would do it is I would texture it in Blender, which is free. And so you would just select this area of your mesh, these faces of your mesh, and you would make sure that this image is applied to that part of your UVs. Or you could use a decal, which a decal is essentially like just something that projects the image onto it. So you could do it that way as well. But yeah, no, it's not particularly hard. It's just I wouldn't do it in Unreal. Unreal is not great for texturing. I would recommend if you need any custom texturing or custom modeling, do that in a software like Blender or Houdini or Cinema 4D or 3ds Max or anyone that's out there. But Blender is free, so that's why I would recommend Blender. So my workflow is often that if I need to create custom stuff, I'll do it in Blender, texture it in Blender. Sometimes I will also animate stuff in Blender if it doesn't really communicate very well inside Unreal Engine. And then I will import that into my Unreal Engine scene and take advantage of the real-time rendering. So that's typically the way that I work. So this now looks pretty good. We go into lit mode. Did you finish the jump scare part of the last stream? Yes, I did. We are now working on the last bit here. Yeah, that looks horrific, but in a good way. I like that. I like that a lot. Nice. All right. We're going to add a bit more atmospherics into this. I think it could be quite cool to have some dust kind of being highlighted right there. So we're going to add some dust. Nice. There we go. Put some over here as well, so some stuff in the foreground. Let's see what that looks like now. They might be a little too dense though. That's my only worry. Yeah, they're a little too big. Can I downscale them? Like, dust specks are small. Now they look massive. What the hell? Why are they... Oh, 0.5. Not 5, 0.5. There we go. I was like, why are they so massive? Are those animations from Suit or downloaded? So, majority of these animations in this piece are... look really bad. I don't know about that. Dust. So the dust is an asset that came with the asset pack, but there is free stuff. You don't need to you don't need to buy it. So basically, if you wanna get some free dust particles, this is what you do. You press plus. You're then gonna add feature or content pack, and then you're gonna go to content, and you're gonna select starter content. Add the project, and this adds just a bunch of generic effects and Niagara particle systems and some materials that you can use in your scene, and it's completely free. It comes, you can import it into any Unreal Engine scene, which is pretty awesome. So let's just wait for this to finish, and then we can jump right into it, because I think these dust particles are a lot better. In my experience, they've been a lot better. I don't really like the current ones, because there's like a heavy motion blur, and it's kind of ruining it. It's kind of ruining the vibe. It's not how they behave. Okay, nice. All right, so now we have a starter content, and we have all of these folders. So I'm going to select particles. Look at that. We've got a few here. We've got sparks, we've got steam, we've got smoke, we've got fire, we've got explosion, and ambient dust. That is what we want. Oh yeah. See? That's much better. It fills the whole area as well, which is great. What just happened? Right. Just want it to be subtle. Like, it doesn't need... Yeah, that's better. Nice and subtle. Subtlety is key for realism. Comes through. Nice. Cool. Nice. Awesome. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. So now the next step is animating the camera. Right now the camera is outside, which is why we need to offset this. So probably to about there. There you go. Okay. So that's our first frame, which I don't mind. But for this frame back, we're going to move him away because we don't want him to be visible. Nice. Awesome. We're also going to do this. We're going to add this light into our sequence. And basically when he spawns in, we'll spawn this in. Nice. So for this whole beginning sequence, which is roughly a little over, I'd say 6 or 7 seconds long, that is where we're going to animate the camera running. Nice. Okay. So let's go for it. Let's have some fun with this. So let's just bring these both up. We're now going to let's offset this to about. This is also meant to be closed at first. Blender or Unreal Engine? I gotta I both, mate. I can't pick one. I love them both. My work requires both of them. They both have their strengths and weaknesses, but they also, when you use them together, they perfectly align. It's really nice because where Unreal Engine falls short, Blender doesn't, and where Blender falls short, Unreal Engine doesn't. So I think using them together is very, very powerful. Yeah, I can't pick one, man. I'm sorry. I know. Okay. Oh. Interesting. Why does the movement feel so damn linear? What is going on? Movement just feels incredibly linear, and I don't know why, because I haven't got it set to linear. Yeah, it looks, oh, it feels horrible. I hate that. I hate that. I hate that. Oh, it's so shit. Oh, it's so shit. What is this then? Why is that keyframe there? Is it because this is? I bet. Yeah. Set. There we go. Salt and pepper to an egg. That's a good way of putting it. Unreal Engine and Blender. Although personally, I like to get this like chili flakes oil stuff, which is really good. That stuff tastes very good on an egg. Okay. Way too. I hate it. It's horrible. That feels better. Why doesn't it feel good? That is compositing. Yeah. Right. The position is awful. I hate it. 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 I don't like this. This doesn't feel natural. I might reset. I think I'm gonna reset, guys. I think I'm gonna reset. I don't like this animation. Just didn't feel right. Sorry. Just did not feel right. is going to be harder than I thought. Why aren't you going there? Why? I don't understand animation curves sometimes, man. It annoys me. He's bloody... I need to find what's going on, because it's like... It's not doing what it should be. It's like, yeah, why is this curve so intense? It's like a zoop. Like, that's not... It should be something like this, not... Oh, so frustrating. No, that's not what I want to do. It's not working. Damn it. Yeah, it's like a found footage thing. It's kind of the goal. It's kind of the goal. This? What's going on? I did see the new locomotion changes. I have not had a chance to experiment with it though. I do plan on it. I've done some found footage stuff in the past on like Blender and whatnot, and once you get that nice handheld shake plugin, it's just, yeah, yes, I have seen that stuff. Yeah, looks pretty sick. Yeah, right now I'm having that exact issue though, where I'm trying to make it. Trying to make it feel. Let's make this a little quicker. Why is it not? Yeah, just turn this way, man. It is actually, yeah. It is the actual... Let me come out the camera real quick. Where am I? Oh, here I am. Okay. Yeah, it's the full-on environment. It's pretty sick. Pretty awesome. Do you know any way to get destruction in Unreal Engine 5 to the timeline like an animation? Yes, it's tricky. So you need to use chaos physics, and essentially you then bake that. Once you have, there's tutorials on YouTube that you can find, but it's basically chaos physics, and you have to simulate it. And then once it's simulated, you can bake it into almost like a blend shape, where the value 0 is the beginning of your simulation and the value 1 is the end of your simulation, and then you can just keyframe it in your timeline. There are tutorials on YouTube that do a lot better than I just did, but yeah, it's chaos destruction. But yes, there is a way to get it into your timeline, absolutely, if you want it there. Nice. That's pretty cool. I actually had a work through on Unreal Engine 5 for handheld. I used a tracker app on my phone that used like AI tracking, and I was able to just put them into Unreal Engine 5 and it looked great. I did that because I couldn't find any good ones on the marketplace, so I just stayed stationary and moved my phone so I could move the camera in Unreal myself. I also think doing the mocap and then sticking the camera to the face would work too. Yeah, so I tried that way with the mocap and it didn't look very good. I wasn't very happy with it. I also just don't have a space that is large enough anymore. I used to, when I lived with my parents, when I was like trying to find a job, but you know, the VFX work, the working market, the job market of the VFX world is an absolute state right now. So because of that, I wasn't getting any jobs, so I was staying at home with my parents, and I was able to use the living room for recording mocap, which was a lot bigger than my current room in London. And so that allowed me to be able to do stuff with the mocap suit, whereas now I'm a lot more limited with what I can do which is a little annoying, and I'm hoping can change soon, depending on how things go in the future. But yes, I've heard of this, of using Camtrack AR. This is going to be the last project where I don't use Camtrack AR. Or I think there's something else where you can stream your phone's rotational data and positional data into Unreal. I've been watching a lot of videos about it, trying to learn it, because this is going to be the last time that I hand animate a camera. From now on, I'm going to get that really authentic, real camera shake. And so the next short film that I will be working on after this one, which is going to be one of the episodes of the Fears to Fathom game. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of that game series, Fears to Fathom. It's like iconically a very retro 90s kind of style video game look. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of those episodes and make it look super cinematic. So flip it on its head kind of thing and see, like, does it look cool? Is it less scary? Is it more scary? And just kind of experience, I'm just curious what that could look like. And I think that could be fun. And that is a POV style short film as well. And so for that one, I'm going to be using the Camtrack AR, because I think there's a level of realism that you can really achieve with that, which should be quite cool to explore. Yes, yeah, living space. Unfortunately, it's just right now, I do not make a lot of money, and so this is the best I can afford, and it's not very big. It's, I mean, I am thankful for what I have, but it's small, and the Wi-Fi is awful. But yes, Camtrack AR, that is the one that I am experimenting. I just made defaults like handheld, small, handheld, heavy, and yeah, they're making the new season to the game, I believe. Awesome. Yeah, exactly. So I thought it'd be fun to explore with the next one. So we will certainly be doing that. Okay, let's... we're going to animate the door in a second. This bit feels a little... feels very linear. I don't like it. Why does it feel so linear? I hate this, man. Like, it doesn't feel right. Why is it like... I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. This is so frustrating. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of leaning into the goofiness of the games, because it was kind of goofy how you'd be getting chased in Outlast and you'd very obviously run into a room and you would just hide, and the character would go, must have been the wind, and then leaves. So I'm just kind of leaning into like a moment in the game that everyone's experienced. Like that is more the avenue I am going here. Have you personally played the games? I'm yet to have played the second. Yeah, I have. I've played them actually quite a few times. They're good games. They're terrifying, but they're good games. I recommend playing it with people. It's a lot more fun that way. It's a lot more fun when you play it with mates, because then you're all just getting scared together and screaming, which is always fun. Okay, keyframe there, and then let's come out of the camera so that we can animate this properly. Let's go on a frame by frame. What is the issue? Doesn't feel right. Yes, I do plan on doing night vision stuff. I already have a night vision thing set up, which we will explore. I'm just figuring out how to make this look right, and then we will begin. Okay, it's looking pretty good. Let's bring this all the way over here, because we haven't actually seen what this looks like. We haven't seen what this looks like with the light. Like, we've only been looking at this in unlit mode, so I want to see what this looks like in this mode. Okay, so first off, clear issue. This needs to then come back here. So after he slams it open, it needs to do that. Yeah, that's pretty scary. Aha, nice. It's pretty cool. One issue. This he almost looks like he's getting blinded by this light. That's kind of funny. One issue is I don't like this light. It's not doing what I want it to do. And by that I mean, see how the volumetrics is only it's I wanted to go through. Is it source length, perhaps? Yeah, this is me. This is me, my mocap. And what's really cool is this mocap is actually video to mocap. This isn't me in a suit. This is me in a room with my iPhone filming myself up against a wall doing this movement. It looks pretty damn good. Do you ever run into issues when rendering? Oh, mate, all the time. All the time. I'm always looking through Reddit pages and Epic Games question pages and stuff, trying to figure stuff out. Yeah, render issues are normal, especially with Unreal Engine, because it's a game engine and you're trying to like bend it to render a movie instead of a game. So there's often like a lot of console commands that you can use that make stuff look a lot better. But there's some really good tutorials out there on like what are the best foundational render settings for Unreal Engine. There's a lot of great videos out there. So I recommend having a look at them because they're very cool. I keep getting running out of memory issues when my GPU is fine. Then that's probably something to do with how dense your scene is. It's running out of RAM before it finishes rendering, perhaps. Although I can't really give you a perfect answer because each render is different. But there are some great videos out there that show like the best render settings. I know that you might just need to maybe reduce the amount in your scene if maybe you've not got enough memory in your GPU to render the super dense scene. But again, I don't know anything about your project, so I'm just kind of guessing here. So sorry, I wish I could give you a better answer. What is that? AI? I guess it's this software called Meshcapade, and it's the best single cam. It's the best single cam mocap software I've ever seen, and so it can take. Could be the lights, yeah. The lights could be doing it. But yeah, it's just a bit of like trial and error, mate. Really, unfortunately, you just got to like figure out what could possibly be too heavy in your scene that when it tries to render it out at high res, it just runs out. But yeah, so it's a software algorithm that's able to figure out your movement in a video and then turn that into mocap for you, which means that, I mean, it's certainly not perfect, but for projects like this where the character's just doing a simple movement like running in and looking around and running out, it's great for that. But if you're wanting a character to do something very specific, maybe some cool choreography and stuff like that, then going the suit route is probably going to get you a better result. But if you are limited in terms of budget, finding a good free video to mocap tool is definitely the way to go about it. It is a powerhouse for issues, absolutely, and you are bound to run into random things. Yeah, happens all the time. I am curious what this looks like with the night vision. So let's turn the night vision on. Let's see what this looks like. It's pretty cool. It's pretty sick. Honestly, I'm kind of happy with that. My only issue is when, and this is something I'll probably do in my own time, when just as before I render, but like this night vision is not very good. So here he'll turn it on, so it'll be like he runs in and then ding, turns on, and it's still quite dark, so I think I might fake the night vision by adding like a little spotlight attached to the camera that kind of almost fakes it and acts like the infrared light. Also, I think it could be really cool, because I'm not sure if you guys know this, but one of the most terrifying things about night vision, especially in the game, is how it makes the eyes glow. Pretty freaky. So it could be cool to explore making this bit glow. And I know there's a way to do it. Okay, that's not it. I've done this before, so I'm just trying to remember. Trying to remember. It's one of these. Okay, here we go. Okay, I think it's one of these ones here. No, I don't. Emissive? No. Maybe I have to fake it. Make it super dilated. No, thank you. What does this do? Fake cube. Oh, no, we don't want that. There used to be a option for emissive, and it looks like they've removed it, which is kind of annoying because I wanted to add a glow in his eye. I might have to fake it. Oh, that's going to be really annoying. I don't really want to do that. It's quite complicated. Variation strength? No, it's not it. Density? No. Pupil shift? What's this? Oh, okay, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. We'll figure this out. We will figure this out. Custom. Color value? No. Sclera. Irritation. Caustic. What? No. Come on. Where is it? I'm going to figure this out. Give me 1 second, people. Bit of problem solving here. I've got to figure this out. I need to go inside. Is this it? Face color, iris, fake reflection, caustic compensation. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to fake it, unfortunately. Damn it. They've gotten rid of it. There used to be an option that if you like obnoxiously cranked it up to like 10 million, it would give the illusion that the eyes were glowing. It was really cool, and it meant that because I was going to try and add that little bit of glow that you see, like the cat's eye kind of thing. I was going to try and add that, and they seem to have removed that, which is so... Why have they done that? That's so dumb of them. It's like... It's such a cool part. Yeah, alright. Well, let's try and fake this then, I guess. I don't know. No, I don't. Where's the light? There it is. Why is it over there? That's not working. That's hilarious. If I go ray tracing, it works. Okay, it's inside now. Let's now put it inside the eye. I'm just experimenting. This might not work, but I'm just curious. I just want to see, like, could this be a viable way of doing it? No, it doesn't work. No, it doesn't work. Sorry, guys. We'll have to go without the glowing eyes. Damn it, man. Unreal Engine, why did you remove that? That was such a cool aspect of the customization, the fact that you could get the eyes to glow. Why would you change that? It's so dumb. What? No, really? It's so annoying. Damn it. I hope. Sorry, I'm like in denial. I'm like, come on, there's got to be something. Cornea, iris, normal strength. No, it's not that. Ring color. No, it's not that. Multiply. No, it's not that. Pupil. No, it won't let me control any of the colors. That's so annoying. Oh, that's unfortunate. I was quite excited to try and get that creepy glow. I guess I could. Oh, this is gonna look so dumb, but I'm just gonna try it. Give me a second. Instead of a light, what if we use a sphere, but we scale it down to like 1% of its actual scale? This is gonna look so dumb, but it could also just work. It's just, I really want that glow in the eyes. That's so iconic from the games, and it's like, if you don't have that, then what the hell's the point? Like, it's so iconic. Okay, we're gonna add another 0. How small are you now? You're way too small. A little bit. Can you just bloody... Oh, my... There we go. Just thinking. And then so it's now kind of in his eye. Okay, so it's now in his eye. Right? It's there. You can see it. So now, if I create a material, an emissive material, where we just put a value into the emissive color, a value of 1. Hit apply, and then put that in there. What does that look like? That kind of works. It works. It's a weird way to do it, but it gets the job done. And then, now that we have 1, we essentially can just duplicate it. We're gonna have to go into unlit mode here, which is a little annoying. there is that. That's way too high up. Oopsie. That looks pretty good. Alright, now let's go back into lit mode. Let's line this up. That looks pretty scary. And if we add a little bit of a green, I'm thinking. Could work. The only issue is that they need to be attached to the eye. So if I save that, yes, apply them. I just saved. Why do you need to? So annoying. Okay, let's add these in. Okay. Let's add these guys in. And let's add a keyframe, and then we're gonna attach preserve current, and then attach it to them. Face. It's not. That's not right. Attach. Can I not attach it to the eye? Is the eye not? It's the face. Is it not? Let's try face, and then let's just scroll through. Let's find eye. Let's just type in eye. What comes in here? What about eyeball? Really? There's no way to attach this to the eye. Are you kidding me? That's so dumb. Why isn't there a way to attach it to the eye? I literally... Oh my days. This was not supposed to be this complicated. This was supposed to be a lot more simple. What is that? Tell me what it is. Where is my... Okay, let's just see all the... Oh my days, what the... How am I supposed to read... How am I supposed to read any of that? Come on, Unreal Engine. It's embarrassing. How the hell am I supposed to read any of that? Got it obnoxiously large. What the hell, man? I know it's the facial root. What? I want the eyeball. Let me click on the eyeball. I want to figure out what bone is the closest I can get. cornea. Pupil. Facial L pupil. Okay. So let's come back here. Select here. Attach. Preserve current. Patient. Face. Facial L pupil. Looks to be there now. I think I might have figured it out. I think so. I think I figured it out. Hell yes. It's like the third time I've said it, and then, but this is it. I think this is it. Okay, so preserve current doesn't do it. Then why the hell did that tutorial tell me to do? Urgh, so annoying sometimes when you find tutorials online and you think, oh, that's how you do it. And then you figure out, no, that's not how you do it. You're like, why has this got so few views? This is so useful. And then you realize, oh, I know exactly why this has so few views. Oh, that looks sick. Oh, guys, check this out. That's terrifying. That's so good. Oh, that's so cool. I'm glad I was able to figure that out. So I went into the skeletal mesh because I couldn't find where I could attach it to the eye. So I went into the facial skeletal mesh and I looked at the bones and I selected the bone that was right on the pupil, copied the name, and then I used that to attach them to the pupil. So now wherever the character looks, those lights will be there, which is awesome because what it means is I can come in here and I can tweak things, like if I want them to be a little brighter, which I would like them to be a little brighter. Let's hit save. Nice. That looks pretty damn cool, if you ask me. We're going to add some zooming in on this camera, because in the game you can zoom in, and I want to incorporate that into this. So that's so sick. That is so cool. Oh, looks pretty terrifying. Let's see what that looks like with the night vision. Yes! Let's go! Oh, I'm so happy it works. That's the effect. Those glowing pupils, that's what you want! Get in! That's exactly it. That's what you want. Hell yes. Awesome. I'm very happy. That's exactly what I wanted for this shot. Okay, awesome. What do you guys think? I'm pretty happy with that. I think that looks pretty cool. And obviously, this will have the night vision as well, so it will look a lot cooler with the night vision. This whole sequence. Hell yeah, awesome. All right, I'm quite happy with that. I think that looks pretty sick. So let us move on now to part 6. And part 6 is where oh man, I'm gonna have to do a lot of okay, I figured out now. So I'm gonna need to delete all of these. Just double checking. We are gonna delete all of this, basically starting from scratch with the animation. So we're just gonna remove that light altogether. And then we'll leave it like that. We'll leave those spheres. And then what we need to do here is we need to get rid of this, get rid of this. Oh no, that's not what I meant to do. Whoops. Wait, is it? Actually, yeah, that is what I meant to do. So we're going to get rid of all our animation. We're going to add in... just going to add in the running animation again. Which we will put at 0.8. Let's see what that looks like. This is the shot where he then comes out and this guy charges him. Yeah, that looks good. I mean, we're going to completely change the way that he runs because this is a little too professional. The way he's running is a little too professional. Like he's a sprinter. So we will fix that. But for now, we can leave Crazy Joe alone. Let's save. All right, we're on to the last sequence, guys. That's pretty exciting. Yeah, I will most likely, if I don't finish this before 5, I will have to call it quits at 5 because I have got to get to this screening for We Few Survivors, and I don't want to I don't want to do everything last minute in terms of prep for that, because that would be unnecessarily stressful otherwise. So took a while to save there, didn't it? That was interesting. Okay, sorry, just double checking that everything is looking okay for tonight. Is looking it. Yeah, no worries, man. Thank you. I will try and take photos and film as much as I can, and I'll post something on Instagram. But yeah, man, thank you for taking the time to be a part of the live stream and hang out for a bit. I really appreciate it, everyone that takes time. So yeah, man, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and have a good week next week. Okay, let's jump right back into this. Just double checking oh, I am. Oh, that's exciting. Nice. Okay, very exciting. All right, let's animate our camera. So we don't need this anymore. None of this camera shake. So what we need now is the handheld walking. So let's add a keyframe. And we've got auto keyframe on, which is going to be very useful. So let's go, I'd say, like up here. Let's go into unlit mode for now. Kind of funny. He's like, hello, and he's right there. But he's not actually. Okay, so that is where this needs to fade out. Let's get rid of this location keyframe. So he's walking up, looks around the corner. Actually prefer that keyframe, and you need to be much further forward. Why do you? Okay, so at this point we need our walking to come back. So he starts walking about there. So it starts to come back. And then we also need to add our handheld idle, which comes and goes here, like so. Let's make that a little slower. There we go. Actually, I don't like that. I think at that point we should start looking down. There we go. Okay, so at that point the lights go doom. Nah, they've gone out. And it cuts to black briefly, and then the night vision turns on. So let's add a little bit of turn here. Just add an additive layer, and we're going to just add a keyframe. Add a keyframe there. Add a keyframe there, and then we're going to come in here to roll, and we're just gonna do that. All right, so let's see what that looks like lit. That needs some work, so that. Nice. Honestly, I feel like that comes in a little too soon. There we go. So get that. Looks around. He's not going to be there. Don't worry. Actually, in fact, let's fix this because it looks really funny. He's like suddenly realized he's in the Matrix or something. Okay, we're gonna bake this to the MetaHuman control rig. There we go. Let's create an additive layer. Select our control rig. There's our control rig, and we're just gonna glitch him through the wall because it doesn't matter because you're not gonna see it. How's that look? I think it'd be cool if a light flickered. You know? I feel like it would be cool if a light flickered as he went through. Almost like we are teasing that the light's gonna go out. then let's actually also, let's make this light flicker, but not completely flicker, just kind of like the bulb is feeling a bit weak, if that makes sense. Pretty cool. Nice. Almost done. Let's duplicate this, and for this one, actually, I think I want to, let's go back. I think I want to animate all the lights going out. I think it would be better than doing it in post. Certainly more realistic. So if we go about here, and then we come out and we find them, and then we set that to 0. Nice. Let's this is at 0 as well. What's causing light? Oh, it's the emission. Okay. Let's see. Is there a have they created a parameter? Oh, they have. Oh, it's just volume. Okay. All right. Let's go with that then. Let's add this in. Let's add static mesh component. Let's add in the material parameter. Nope, it's the wrong material parameter. It's the other one. Why is it in Russian? Why is it in Russian? Set this to 5. Set this to 0. Nice. So let's see what that does now. Okay, it looks cool, but it's not. Something is causing the fog to not look very good. So let's figure out what's going on there. There's my camera. There's my camera. So why is the volumetric fog doing that? Let's find out. So exponential fog. Is it using volumetric? It is using volumetric. Okay. They got a sky light. They have not got a skylight. So why? What is? I see. Okay. Well, let's just add a keyframe to the volumetric fog then. Who knows? Who cares? Let's go here. Volumetric fog. Scattering distribution. Add in a keyframe. Go back one. Add another keyframe. And then go forward and make this 0. Does it do it? No. That looks better. just takes a while for it to... I might make this light flicker a little bit more before, just to further imply that it's about to go out. I think that will make it a little more interesting, and like everyone's kind of expecting it. Nice. Sweet. Cool. Alright, well, let's finish this off with one... Oh my days, this is so uncomfortable. This chair. Okay, let's let us finalize. Alright, here we go. Last shot. Let's turn all these lights off, eh? So, for this, actually, you know what? Let's delete. Let's close this, and we're going to delete. Oh, I'm just going to double check. I don't want to accidentally delete what I just did. No. Okay. Good. Right, let's delete part 7, because that was a duplicate of an old part 6. And now let's duplicate the new part 6, make the new part 7. And we can move that there. Light. No, that light's fine. That light's fine. We will need this to be 0, though. We need this to be. Okay, let's just do this for safety. We're gonna, that's fine, set to 0. What is this set to? This is like some weird number, so let's set it to 0. Everything's at 0 in this sequence. This is also at, what? What are you talking about? Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, that's looking good to me. Let's do the same for this one. Add static mesh component. Is it 04? Yes, it is. I'm gonna set that to 0. This is already set to 0. Let's add this light in. Set this to 0. And then do the same for this light with its emissive. Add in a static mesh component. And then add in volume, set volume to 0. Why is this not working? What's going on? What? No, go away. I want you to be 0. Is there another light I'm not aware of? I set this to 0. I set this to 0. Oh my days. doesn't even listen to me. Right, it's looking pretty pitch black now, which is what we want. For this one, I'm literally just, I can't be asked. I'm just going to move those over there. And I'll move these above here because you're not going to see them. It doesn't matter. Oh, wait, hang on. No. Just realized that's going to have a effect on the other shots, so I can't do that. I have to add them in. And we'll just do it this way. Okay, looks fine to me. Why won't it let me? It's so annoying when it does that. It's so disappointing. Okay, we're gonna, to save ourselves time, I don't really want to be keyframing everything. Let's add a cube. I'm gonna scale it up. And then scale it wide. Let's go into unlit mode just to make sure this isn't clipping through anything important. That looks fine. Let's set this to black for now. Specular 0, roughness 1. For now. Nice. All right. Should be nice and dark now. It's pretty cool. Looking nice and dark. Except for that. Damn it. There we go. Nice and dark. Except for here. What the hell? Lights everywhere. I'm just going to put you over there. And I'll just rotate you that way. Alright, let's go into unlit mode because that's the only way we're going to be able to see. And let's find our camera. Nice. Okay, so we're now going to take our animation, go to the end of our animation when we were here. Get rid of that. We're just going to add an idle. We're also going to add some. That's good. And just thinking a bit more drastic movement kind of works. Okay, so this sequence will start with the camera facing the ground, like this. Whip up. information there, so let's get rid of those. It needs to be way quicker. That is nowhere near fast enough, especially for the panic that this character. That's better. Still too slow. And then we're gonna add an additional frame like this. So. Whoa, what the hell? Oh, don't tell. Oh, fuck off. It's, excuse my language, but it's just this. I know what's happening. It's this stupid thing that happens sometimes. It's this annoying glitch that they still haven't fixed. Where if you keyframe, like, look, I turned it this a little bit, but then look what it does. It makes the camera do a giant spin, and it just drives me up the bloody wall. It just looks stupid. It pisses me off. Excuse my language. It's like, come on, Epic Games, fix this. Almost there. I think we need to make the running a little faster. I think I made it too slow. Still looks kind of dumb. What does it look like in night vision? Can you even see anything? No, you can't. Yeah. So you have to fake it. I see. You have to fake the night vision. It's not an actual night vision. The frame rate dropping. It's like skating. This isn't what I wanted. I think we're just gonna restart with the running. It looks really dumb and slow. That looks better. Okay, let's add an additive layer. Let's find the global. Is he on the ground? Can't even tell. Alright, let's get to the end, and we want to bring him pretty close. And then just as far back as we want him, I guess. And then set this to linear. You can see him going a little. Okay, in terms of his running, let's do this. It looks really dumb, but I kind of like it. Let's add a keyframe here so that we can make his final pose a little bit more like he's coming at you. Let's before we go any further, let's attach a light to our camera, because right now it's really hard to tell if this is even going to look very good. So let's add a point light. Let's go into lit mode. Nice. And we're just gonna bring this in. We're going to attach it to our camera. I'm gonna reset the controls, make it cover the whole thing. Awesome. And I'm just gonna figure out a look that works. We're also gonna remove any volumetric abilities that this thing has. That looks pretty damn scary to me. It looks pretty creepy. Only issue is he's a little too upright. So let's fix that. His run looks a little goofy. Oh my days, what's going on? Mate, just do what I tell you to do, please. Don't have the patience. I get wound up very easily. I do apologize. I'm working on it. It is an issue. It's an issue I'm very aware of. Oh, and he's got like this terrifying. It actually works really well. His feet just need to be like more. He just needs to look worse as like an athlete. He looks a bit too good right now at running. So just trying to fix that. Make him look a little more. Let's go back into the camera. Why does it do this, man? Fucking... Why? Where's the light gone? Okay, let's make this full, the camera being dropped look a little better. Because right now it looks really bad. Why isn't this working? Come on. Okay, at this point, we're then going to add another keyframe, and then we're going to add another one, and we're going to add a location C of like 5 billion or something. Alright, and on that full, we need the camera shake to disappear. So all camera shake needs to stop. Okay. Alright, let's clean these. Let's make this -8. Nice. Okay. Let's just add a little more refinement. A little more refining to this. Come on. Please stop. Just let me. Why have you got to be at an angle? It's not what I want. Why are you doing this? Why are you making it difficult? There we go. So annoying how it does that. Okay. My renders look worse than my viewport. How is that possible? It's possible that your render settings are not correct. So there's some really good render setting tutorials. It also depends like what is worse, you know? Like are lights missing, or the lighting just looks worse? 'Cause the odds are that maybe you've got your render settings not done right. Okay, we're gonna move this camera animation along because it's happening too late, which is allowing him to get too close, which then makes it obvious how bad his animation is. It looks too high exposure in the renders. Okay, if it's too high exposure, then what's probably happened is you've got a exposure compensation in your camera. So if you click on your camera, there is often an like an exposure. If you type in exposure into your camera, so if I find my camera, if I type in here, oh my, if I type in here exposure, got this exposure compensation, which is what this is, right? But if you don't want any exposure compensation, you can set that to 0 and turn it off so that there's no, or actually no, keep it on and set the exposure compensation to 0, because I think it does auto exposure otherwise. So if you turn exposure compensation and you set it to 0, then it prevents it from being an issue. Your min and max EV, I don't usually touch that. I usually just leave that like this. Like, I just default camera, you know? I don't play around with that stuff too much, because it can get a little confusing. Okay, we're gonna move his facial expressions along because he's not. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna fix his head. It's still not doing what I want it to do, which is really annoying me. Do what I want you to do. Look at the guy. You're about to stab him. Might as well. I actually kind of preferred it before. The creepy smile. That actually looks better. Alright, let's simulate. Let's see what this looks like with the night vision. That looks pretty good. That's pretty good. What do you guys think? That's pretty cool, isn't it? I mean, let me know what your thoughts are, but you see, oh, that is pretty cool. So you see his eyes in the distance. That is terrifying. I think we've got ourselves a finished product. Hell yeah. Let's go back to this and just double check that this isn't broken after anything. Nice. Sound design will also help a lot, making this feel a lot better. Oh, hello. Running into a little bit of an issue there. Why are you... Whoa. Why are you clipping? Why are you clipping, man? This metahuman does not want to play nice. I'll tell you that much. Like, why is he... Like, what? What's happening there? Why is he doing that? Alright, there we go. Better. So annoying. Nice. And let's save. Let's see this in night vision. That's pretty cool. Nice. All right, that looks pretty good. So I'm happy with that. And then there's this one. It's just the running. That looks fine. I swear if this is another issue. Please don't, please don't, please don't. Oh my days, why? Why is he over there? Why is he over there? I don't get it. Why is he over there? The animation in other level sequences should not be affecting him right now. Why is it affecting him? Oh, it's so stupid, man. Should not be an issue. Sorry, I'm just very annoying right now. Oh yes, I have to fix this now. So these two cubes I need to add in here. And just hide them. I need them for that last scene, but for any other scene, I don't need them. And so can hide them away. Lovely. So let's see what this looks like. This is looking good. I don't mind this at all. It's looking nice. Lovely. Lovely jubbly. Make that a little longer. Is there no... Where's all the camera shake? What? Where's my camera? What? What? Huh? Where's the cat? There we go. Oh my days, bro. Sorry, I'm just doing a last like double check of these shots, and then we'll know for sure how things are going. Okay, it's these guys. We're just gonna. Zero, zero. Set a keyframe for you, and then it's just Control V, Enter, Control V, Enter, Control V, Enter. Nice. A little bit of a backtrack, but it's going to be worth it. It's looking good. It's pretty cool. Let's add a little bit more to the tail end there. Nice. So I'm just going through them all, making sure that they all look fine. And we can call it. Beautiful. You are a little too close. You are a little too close. So let's did we make him this close? Oh, we did. Okay, interesting. This light as well. Need to fix this. So let's add this in and set it to 0. Actually, no, that's okay. It makes sense that he, like, it's more scary that way. It's more scary if he's closer. It's not as intense otherwise. Turns, knocks it down. Nice. That looks good to me. How's this looking? Oh, got a bit of a frame drop there. This part of the animation here doesn't feel very natural. Oh, I see what's going on. I'm getting the keyframes in the wrong area. My bad. Whoops. Pitch. Alright, that looks fine. And then this last bit. And let's get this in night vision. See what this looks like. Nice. All right. Hell yeah. All right, there you go, guys. We have got everything done. Oh my days. 3-hour live stream. Oh, sorry, guys. I was quite quiet this time. It's been a pretty crazy week. So, I wasn't as entertaining, so I apologize for that. But hopefully you guys learned something. I hope you guys are excited for the final thing. That is, yeah, going to be hopefully coming out next Saturday for all of you to enjoy. So I'll be doing the renders this week, quick bit of sound design, finishing up the edit in my free time, and then I will be posting it on Saturday for all of you to enjoy, and then we will move on to the next short film. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I certainly had fun. As angry as I might have sounded in certain bits, it's part of my workflow. It's like when you buy a piece of furniture at IKEA. Losing your shit is part of the process. You got to blow off some steam. It's part of the process. I'm not actually mad. It's just the passion coming out. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I had a really fun time doing it and hanging out with you guys. Thank you so much all for spending the time with this live stream. And yeah, I guess I will see. I won't be live streaming next Saturday because this short film will be going live next Saturday. But the following one will be right into the next short film for us all to enjoy together, working on it. So yeah, I think this is going to be a good time. We're going to have some fun, and I hope you guys enjoy the final product of this Outlast short film inside of Unreal Engine when it comes out next Saturday. Remember, if you do not follow me on Instagram, make sure to follow me on Instagram, as I will be posting a pretty big announcement on there later today. If you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. Consider maybe checking out some of the short films, some of the behind the scenes videos that I've made as well. I think we've got some cool videos up there for you guys to enjoy. I think this is a fun community that's starting to build. We are almost at 18,000 subscribers, which is so awesome and such a bizarre but also incredibly humbling experience to think that that many people have subscribed to this channel. Thank you all so much. And yeah, well, I guess until the next live stream, in a bit, lads. Take care.